For those of you that did not ride with me down on the elevator, my name is Eno. I'm going to be your guide for this stop and the next two stops. Well, most of you are already taking, getting acclimated to the room and taking some pictures, taking some look-sees out the windows. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you're looking at in about a minute or so. But right now, we're going to focus on this big old aerial view of Hoover Dam and the surrounding area. And this is what I'm going to talk to this diagram. And what I'm basically going to do is give you a brief presentation on how we built Hoover Dam to kind of complement or supplement the movie you just saw upstairs. And also you can catch up with the parts you missed if you were sleeping to the movie, right? But first things first, where are we on this big old diagram? Well, you know we're inside a diversion tunnel right now. There were 4 of them built back in the 1930s. 2 of them were built directly into the Arizona Canyon walls, and 2 were built directly into the Nevada Canyon wall side of the river. Now, we're going to eliminate these 2 in Arizona for now because we're not there. We're going to focus on these 2 in Nevada. Now, these diversion tunnels in Nevada started life about a half a mile upriver, and they're about a mile long, each one of them. But if we take a look at this one in particular, and just follow it about parallel with the dam, ladies and gentlemen, that's where you are. You're standing inside a room, inside this diversion tunnel, 537 feet from where you first started upstairs at that meter level. You're basically 54 hotel floors straight down to the Black Canyon rocks, all right? So now that we know where we are, here's the story of Hoover Dam. Once that site was selected, and this was that site that selected in 1930, what they did is they moved upriver about a half a mile, and they did build those 4 diversion tunnels, right? 2 of them, like I said, went right into the Arizona Canyon walls, 2 went into the Nevada Canyon walls. Now these diversion tunnels took 2 years to blast through them all. They're all 50 feet in diameter, each one of them, and they're all about 4,000 feet in length, each one of them. And what was the purpose of the diversion tunnel? To divert or reroute the mighty Colorado River around the selected work site in preparation for building the dam. Next, they built 2 coffer dams, what we call temporary dams. 100 feet tall upper coffer dam, a 60 feet tall lower coffer dam. That upper coffer dam prevented the Colorado River from flowing into the work site. That lower coffer dam prevented that same Colorado River from backflowing into the work site. Now that the work site was nice and dry, they came back to it and they excavated 135 feet down to the bedrock of the river and removed all loose rock and debris. Next, a 16-ton bucket of concrete was delivered and poured every 78 seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop for 2 straight years, day and night, till they built Hoover Dam. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that equals to 6.6 million tons of concrete, or enough concrete today to build a standard 2-lane highway from San Francisco to New York City. That's how much concrete is Hoover Dam. Once Hoover Dam was completed, they went back upriver and they closed 3 of the 4 diversion tunnels. And when I say close them, we know that they're about 4,000 feet in length, right? So what they did is they plugged the first half of each one of them with concrete. So they plugged them, closed them with concrete. They did that for the 2 diversion tunnels in Arizona and the 1 in Nevada. However, temporarily, they kept that last one open to keep the Colorado River flowing downstream while Lake Mead started to fill up. And it took about 6.5 years for the lake to fill to its full capacity back then. However, on the final year of this project, they did build 4 intake towers. 2 of them were on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side of the lake. Now these intake towers are 395 feet tall, each one of them. If you're standing on top of Hoover Dam right now, staring at the lake, they're the big concrete structures that rise out of the lake. And what do these intake towers do? They move water from the lake down to these 30 feet diameter penstock pipes, all the way down to the generators to produce power. Now these 30 feet diameter penstock pipes can move water at the rate of 96,000 gallons per second. That would be enough water to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool in less than 7 seconds. And most of you, when you came into the room and if you took a look that I cut out to your right, you would have seen that we're standing on top of one of these 30 feet diameter penstock pipes that brings water from the intake towers of the lake straight down to the generators to produce power. Again, it runs directly underneath this building. And it's housed inside this big 50 feet diameter diversion tunnel, which we are all standing inside of this afternoon. When water does flow from the intake towers, they will go down to these big old penstock pipes and eventually branch off to smaller penstocks, about 13 feet in diameter, and those will go to the individual generators to produce power. The rest of the water just flows out the Colorado River. To help that water flow more freely, they dynamite that lower coffer dam. It's no longer there. However, that 100 feet tall upper coffer dam They just left that intact after all these years. It's just now submerged under a couple of 100 feet of water inside the lake today. In fact, it's helping with that silt collection, right? Now, the last thing I want to bring your attention to on this diagram are the big spillway systems. We have one in Arizona, one in Nevada. These spillways are on the outer edge of the dam, on the lake lead side. They're positioned 27 feet below the top of Hoover Dam. The job of these spillways is to never ever let water come over the top of Hoover Dam. We don't want that to happen. We got 17 commercial generators, a power plant, many employees, and right now about 77 guests we need them, right? Now these spillways have only been used twice in recent history. The first time in 1941 when they tested them. The second time in 1983, just a little over 30 years ago when they did prevent flooding from the heavy snow melts of the Rocky Mountains due to a fantastic El Nino year the winter before. If you look at this picture to your left, this is an actual photograph from the summer-fall of that 1983 year. Water was overflowing into the spillway systems on both sides of the lake for 63 consecutive days. That was a lot of water. And if you're curious, this is the Nevada side of the spillway, because that's the lake. There's the 2 intake towers on the Nevada side, 2 intake towers on the Arizona side. Look how close the water comes to the top of the dam, about 21, 22 feet. It's exactly how the spillways were designed. So before I end my presentation, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to close by telling you that earlier I did tell you that we plugged 3 of the 4 diversion tunnels. However, they ended up plugging that last one soon after the dam was built. So now they're all truly plugged at least halfway, these diversion tunnels, all of them, with concrete. However, the latter halves of these diversion tunnels, which were not plugged with concrete, are still very much in use by the Hoover Dam today in such a manner. The 2 outer diversion tunnels have been connected with these big spillway systems to continue to provide any outflow from any overflow water in the future. And the 2 inner diversion tunnels have been linked with these big penstock pipes, as you see underneath this building, that continue to this day providing water to the generators on both sides of the river. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got our money's worth and more from these diversion tunnel projects over 80 years ago and are still in use today by Hoover Dam. Ladies and gentlemen, the diversion tunnel.